Get a bit closer. Gea.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm really cooking.
Oh, must be hot. Hello, darling. Mm.
Thank you for being here. Fuck.
Pleasure.
I was lying on the couch watching Laura and you working with Laura, and my heart just kind of just shattered, you know.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. Had such an exquisite week up in Fremantle with Isaac.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear.
The best I've ever experienced. So much joy, so much happiness. You know, I haven't felt that happy for so many days in a row, longer than I can remember. It was just exquisite. And
so glad to.
yeah, and now I'm back. And the daily life continues. And
Yeah. Yes, you know, that's what we know. Experience comes and goes. Or it doesn't come and go, but yeah, it comes and goes at night. It's kind of, it stops
yeah,
the moment the mind stops, huh?
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
just changing all the time, Gaya. We know that.
yeah. And before I went up to Frio, I got some news, which was a real shock to me, which I'd like to share because a little bit. And I kind of put it aside, but since I've come back, there's a WhatsApp chat group being set up for, you know, my son Zach, who passed. His partner has now got stomach cancer, and it's metastasized, and it's really serious. And I've kind of, since I got the news, been very much no feeling like that. It's becoming apparent that there's a pattern of freeze that is, yeah, I'm in shock, I think, and helpless that I can't be there with the grandchildren, and it's just like, yeah, it's just wanted to, when Laura shared, it just touched me because I've never felt that helplessness so closely.
Yeah. Understand. doesn't feel frozen to me at all, to be honest. But maybe
Not
it's
right
not.
now.
No, not right now. Good, good.
Yes.
That's
When I was with you and
why you.
Laura on the couch, it just
Yeah,
it got opened. She opened it,
fantastic.
you know, that her story.
How wonderful.
So yeah,
Yes.
I'm really grateful. And because it's
Yeah.
quite a shock when it arises in such full force.
Of course, Gail. It's a huge shock. Our systems don't like these kind of news. It's a
I wish I
total
could see
shock.
your face clearly. It's pretty
I
dark.
I know my other
Oh,
computer
that's good.
broke. Yeah, so I come close. Is that better? Somehow,
Yeah.
when I don't know what to do. It's anyway, my other computer is I'm sitting on the laptop, so that's why it's dark. And I don't know how to make it lighter. The
Oh,
other
I don't
one,
want you to get a
I
sore back.
no, I have a saw back already, thanks. You're right tuned in. Yeah, anyway. Is this a bit better? I can,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
maybe
beautiful.
pull
Yeah, I
it a
can
bit
see.
closer. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and good.
yeah. So
Let me
yeah,
know when it gets dark again.
there's so much emotion, you know. It's just like when I was with Isaac, I've just never felt so much love, and I felt this joy couldn't be contained. And now this feels like a bit of an avalanche.
Yeah, it does. Of course it does. So
Yeah.
we can just slow it down a little. It's yeah, it's such a capacity that is there. I'm just speaking it and I can feel it slowing down already. It's amazing. You feel it too. That's the thing with overwhelm. Yeah, see, then you can take a breath.
Being seen and acknowledged is what does it.
Oh, it's amazing to see that again and again, huh? Yeah, it's so simple, so simple.
Oh,
Beautiful. Look how quickly the system responds.
it's still shaking everywhere, but
Oh, yeah, let
it's
it shake,
starting.
but something is
Yeah,
quiet at the same time,
yeah,
or more quiet, let's say like that.
yeah.
And then it can do its thing. Yeah. So now we kind of more just witnessing. Yeah, letting it do its thing.
Seeing all my friends.
Yes, there they are. Yeah. Oh, and then a wave. Just, yeah. So healthy. It's just doing it by itself. Very, very healthy.
Yeah, it's never been this available so vulnerably. I feel like a little kid squirming.
Mm. It also makes totally sense to feel helpless because, there's not much you can do in a way.
Well, everybody's sending messages on this group WhatsApp, and it's just
Yeah,
so overwhelming.
yeah,
I actually don't have any words. I just send hearts.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and I got a bit wrapped over the knuckles before I went up by Joe because we were getting very close on the phone. She'd started to share stuff with me, which she's never done because I was the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And we've been talking on the phone and getting really close. This is touching on something else. I'm glad I'm speaking it. she was really opening to me for the first time since we had a big fallout. And when I got the news, we only heard from her brother, who rang my daughter and me and Zach's dad. We're the WA family of all her families in Victoria with her and the grandkids. And I know it's a story, but I'd like to just share a little bit of what happened.
Very helpful.
She's got a best friend here in Margaret River, Joe. And when we heard the news, he just rang my daughter and said she's got stomach cancer, it's metastasized, and it's serious. I thought she could have been in hospital and having chemo because we didn't know the physical reality. And I went and told one of her best friends who lives here, because I had this feeling it would be really lovely if we could all just tune in. I mean, my intention was very innocent. And I got a very strong message from her, just saying, why did you do that? Anyway. And at the end of the message, she said everything she needed to say. But at the end of the message, she said, and all is, I forget the words, all is forgiven, and also all is forgiven, which was very magnanimous in her situation. But I've been really struggling with not beating myself up for that. And I'm okay.
Good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But I kind of am feeling a bit left out.
Okay. In what way?
In as much as she's sharing with all her family and her girlfriends, and I thought we had a really beautiful connection, and she hasn't rung me and spoken to me at all.
Oh, yeah, could it be
so
that
I know it's an expectation, but it's just brought up a feeling, which I just...
Could it be that she is maybe waiting for a call from you?
Oh no, because she said to me, it's very rough right now, and I told her I was going up to Fremantle to be with Isaac, and I said, take care, and hopefully we'll chat when I get back. And she said, I'll call you. So her last words were, I will call you, but she hasn't. So I'm just watching. It's just there in the midst of all of this,
Yeah.
It's relatively okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, I'm thinking of my grandchildren, my eldest, Zara, the girl. She hasn't called me either. And I've sent her messages and she's not answering me. And we had a really beautiful bond. So I just keep sending little hearts.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can, Gea, don't make it personal and that there's anything against you.
No, I know that. I just thank you for letting me share it with someone.
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'm very good at holding it all in. Well, not
Yeah.
me. The system's pattern of control is huge, as everybody's.
Yeah.
Certainly blew apart last week. There was so much love.
Mhm.
I love Isaac so much.
Mhm.
The man, and I know it's not, I know it's loving love, but I just love him so much.
Mhm.
And there's just so much love. I feel so grateful. I'm so lucky to have you guys in my life. I just want you to know that.
I do.
It sounds a bit dramatic, but I do. I really do.
It comes over so beautifully.
Oh, good. Good. Oh, thank you. And this body's aging and going through some really difficult things. And I was watching David Elsie, your friend.
Yes.
Clown guy.
Him too.
He's got a slip disc and he was sharing.
Yeah. Yes, I saw that.
Aging. And I stopped watching him because he keeps interjecting and saying hello to everyone. It's like, shut up, just let me hear what you've got to say. I get a bit irritated, I get affected by those funny, stupid things. But I was lying on the floor this morning I've got a Buddhist somatic meditation that I do with Reggie Ray.
Oh.
And I do earth descent breathing, which is soma. And my legs they were so sore, like there is a holding in the system in my legs at the moment that's now coming up, and it's really, really painful. So all these gifts. I can only say in this moment with you, of cracking the egg.
Yeah, who knows what comes out of that?
And I try to donate because I haven't been here for a while with you, and I try to donate onto because you're in my banking system, and it's a different bank account number to the one I've got, the one you've got on your website. So I can talk to you about that after, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe you can change it.
Yeah.
Account. Yeah. Would be nice. But otherwise, it's also fine. Thank you. Thank you for donating. It's really, really kind of you.
Okay, I can come back.
You can
but
always come back.
I'll just sit quietly. I can't stay for long in that space, but
cool. That's good.
Yeah, I'm learning to be okay with it. I envy people who can sit and gaze indefinitely. I can't. My system can't do that. But I often.
I'm so glad you take care. You notice and you take care. And it's not about that. It is
I know.
definitely that. I know you know.
It's just this the referencing against others that
Yeah.
I'm seeing so clearly.
Yeah. And gosh, man, we are all different beings. I mean, different systems
Yeah,
somehow, differently organized. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
But it feels a bit more quiet. I'm very
yeah,
glad to feel that.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Mm.
And thanks, everybody.
Mm. And always welcome to come back.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's still very dark, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't know how to change that. Yeah. You've got to be with the dark Meike today. Doing my my best to get the light a bit more out.
Micah,
Maybe when it gets
yeah.
darker. Yes?
If you turn the computer around so the window is behind your computer,
Yeah.
no.
The thing is, then I have to move and have to adjust everything, and that
Okay,
is
no.
possible. But then we have to close it down, and I come back in 5 minutes. That would be
Okay,
possible. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. It will get dark eventually. What's the time now? In half an hour it will get dark. See, there's sometimes it comes. Anyway, if it's okay for you like this, then good. Bettina.
Hi.
Hi.
Um,
Now you are enlightened. It's getting, yeah, lighter. Mm.
So beautiful when it just can move the way it needs and wants to move, and it's all witnessed and acknowledged and seen, and witnessed by each other. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it is. And it's amazing how much is going on here in this body and this part of that sees them all.
Yes,
And this ping pong between.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Galaxy over galaxy in one system.
Yeah.
And constant movement.
Constant movement.
All different directions. And
Yeah.
explosions and black holes and quiet and peace and loud. Just very entertaining, huh?
Could be, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's going so fast, all the changes.
So fast. That's why, I mean, it's so amazing that there is that capacity to slow things down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's, then you can see one after the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has nothing to do with anyone. With it comes and goes. There are in between the tears are running, and where did they come from? I didn't know what did I do?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Just in resting, just in being here, slowing down.
Just being there.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
And it's on the other side, it's nothing. It's
Absolutely. And it can only seen from this place, huh?
yes.
That it's just nothing in a certain way.
Yeah, like you say all the time, it's nothing and everything.
At, at the same time, yeah.
Yeah. Well, oh, the bell rings. I'm in the new flat. I have to look.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's nice in your new house, in your new flat?
Yes, I came back, Meike. I will have a look. Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you. Thank you all.
I can just share with you, I got a very sweet invitation from Susan today from Western Australia. She invited me to come, if I would love to travel to WA again. And yes, I would love it. So she wants to host and she wants to organize and see. And so, yeah, good news. So we'll see when and, what time. Seems like traveling needs to happen again. First Europe, then WA.
Fantastic.
So pleased.
Yes, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Really, really nice. Feels right. Bettina, are we done or would you like to have more time?
It's okay now, but I came back.
Good, cool. Esther. I think I can't, you're still
Yes.
muted now.
Oh, yeah.
Now.
Hello, Meike. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Just a short hello, because I numbed myself yesterday, and so in a way it feels well, but there's so much, yeah, going on here. And yeah, there's the wish to, okay, maybe clumsy speaking, but to close the book or the kind of connection I had with my mother in a gentle way. During my life, it was many times a kind of invitation to act, but then it was built on anger in a way. And now I would love to have another way, so I can let it rest. It's all the influence or the yeah.
So for that to happen,
Sorry?
for that to happen, could you let go of that wish?
Let go of the wish.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That's a koan.
That's the goal. Cool. The wish keeps it alive. Huh?
Is it?
Could you let go of that wish? Can it just be the way it is? Moment by moment by moment by moment.
Okay, now I understand.
Moment.
Ah,
Mm. Mm.
it's a tricky one. I understand the moment by moment by moment.
Good. Go with it. Moment by moment by moment. Because there's so much more to your connection with your mother. So much more. This is just one little piece. So much more.
So much
So,
what?
so much more. There
More.
is so much more to your connection with your mother. This what you said, what you put into a wish is tiny. tiny. So who would you be without that wish?
So it's even like being moment by moment by moment. Accepting or how my sister is at the moment.
Even accepting is too much. Moment by moment by moment. Every moment fresh. How is it now? How is it now? Now, 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 now. You could see when Bettina and I were sitting together. It's like, oh, waves were coming, galaxies were collapsing, and there were new galaxies, all in moment by moment by moment. And we were just there, witnessing all of that. So that's meant by moment by moment. Not hooking into any of it. Now just seeing, it fires in all directions. It wants to understand, put it somewhere. All those movements, and we see them. Beautiful. Very good. Yeah, see from here, nothing needs to be accepted. Nothing needs to be wished for. It's just seeing and unfolding. Even here, and there it goes, does its thing.
Even about kind of trying to protect myself or
As if you could. It doesn't stop us from trying. That seems like part of it all.
No, it became, okay. That's history, but didn't work. That's the short version.
Yeah. Just letting it unfold and wow, being in awe of what it wants and what it shows. Yeah, and everything appears in that. Everything. I mean, the helplessness that we had before with Gaia. Oh my gosh, seeing a loved one, maybe leaving soon. Most of us have had an experience of that. So, oh gosh, and there we are with empty hands. What we maybe can say is that our arms are open, but the hands are so empty. But our arms.
You can speak poetic.
Yeah, sending hearts, just. And it moves, and it moves, and it moves. Emotions, sensations, feelings, thoughts, I mean, just all of it. And here we are, empty hands, open arms. pretty much all we can do, huh? And your mother somewhere now without body, all around you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to hear your words, and I can feel them. And yeah. And yesterday I was so fighting with, so to say, God.
Something is. It's not really, I mean, we call that I, and because it's so contracted, but it's seen from here too. It's seen from here too. So let's blow it a kiss. Because right now, there is no fighting. It's clear seeing. It wobbles a bit. The seeing is bigger.
It's, it breaks my heart to see my sister like that for so many years.
Well, even that, even that, even that, even that. Heart breaks, heart flows. I mean, I'm always looking for myself. What is it that I can do, really? What is it really that I can do? If there's something practical, that's a different story, It's, yeah, if you can reach something to somebody or, do somebody a favor or whatever it is, that's also very, very nice. But other than that, just being here with all my heart. I haven't found anything else. It's like, I haven't found anything else. If anybody does, please show me and let me know. But so far, that's somehow all I know what I can offer. And even there, can't make it personal, even though it flows through the whole system and it seems it's personal, but it is and it's not, I guess. It's whatever that love is or that heart is, it's using this instrument. Maybe you can say that. Yeah, and I know you know that. Otherwise, I could not speak to you like this. So, gosh, our invitation coming together and inviting our hearts to flow together, flow with each other. Oh. And sending that into the universe, if you want to speak like that. Here I am. Take me, take this flow. Use it. Including your sister, if she wants to be touched by that, including your mother, if she wants to be touched by that. Whoever wants to be touched by that, whoever wants to get into resonance with this flow. That's all I know. So, I mean, I guess you all know that. So that's why we come together, because we resonate and kind of, touch the same frequency. And that makes it always so much bigger. Just coming together.
And I also see here the, you know, if I could do more practical things for her, but I also have the old pathways in my system, I'm so fast going in the old pathways again.
Up until now. That's all you can see. Up until now. It's all we can ever say. Because even making statements like that makes those old pathways stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good that we can speak this. So good. So good.
Yeah, it's much more in touch with, I don't know what, but it's not so overwhelming anymore. And
Heart. Let's call it the heart.
yeah.
Overwhelming. You see that goes. I'm just all noticing without interfering. It's interesting, huh? You can watch it. Oops. And then, here we are again. And another breath. And see, there's a moment and then, oh, ich bin sehr leise. Okay.
Sorry?
Duresha just said, I'm very quiet. She can't hear me, but maybe if you make it louder on your side, I'm just on a different computer, so I try to speak louder.
I hear you very good.
Good. Obviously, it's not very important what I'm saying. How do we know that?
Thank you, Meike.
Oh, so welcome.
Give some space to others too. I'm so happy with these meetings. Yeah.
We are very lucky. Bettina. Let's finish our, and then you, Susie. Sweet touch,
Big wave.
big wave.
Yeah. There was the ringing the bell, and I didn't expect that that was my ex-partner, because I told him yesterday evening I'm not available, and so I didn't thought that he was it, and now I have the present for that. Ah,
How nice.
oh, nice, yeah, yeah. And there's so much scene in between now.
Wow.
The story from Isaac with the ex-partners knocking on the door, and then I thought it was so nice here, and the bell rings and I jumped up and have to go there and leave our beautiful meeting here. So oh my
Yep.
God.
Leave all your beloveds behind. But look how patient
Yeah.
we are. We're
Oh my
always
God.
there. If you want to come back, if you want to come back, here we are. We are the
Yes.
most patient beloveds you can ever imagine. We're always
Yes, I
here.
know. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's more, the interesting thing that we jump off and go with our ex-beloveds. It's like,
Yeah, and it feels so crazy in me that I'm so sorry, and and I will do it right and everything. Oh my gosh, yeah.
so sweet. So sweet. So sweet.
And anger, there's also anger about him that he didn't hear me, about me that I jumped out and
Mm,
leave you alone.
yeah.
So the
And
patient is,
truth is, it has nothing to do with him. And it has nothing to do with you.
oh, that's not
You're
so
both
easy.
off the hook. You're both of, and nothing to do with me and nothing to do
No,
with your beloveds.
not at all. Really, that's totally clear.
It does that by itself. You would never choose it.
No, no.
If you're in
Uh,
that, if you're in from another space, let's say it like that, it's so clear to me when I look from there. I
yeah,
would never do it. You would never.
no.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So it happens by itself. It's
yeah.
it's kind of, those words in a way are so worn out. And you can only see it when you're really in that space from where you can see. Otherwise, it's like, what the heck,
Yeah,
Give me
yeah,
a break. Don't talk like this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you're all off the hook. Everyone is off the hook.
Mm.
And another thing, I mean, that's at least my experience, and you've seen and watched that so many times in our meetings. When it is seen from that other place, that is when it can unfold in a different way.
Mm.
I know in my own experience things that have triggered my system
Yes.
in all directions. And the more it was witnessed from that other space, from that space that is just there, present, effortless love flow, let's say it like that, that is opening those kind of contractions, let's call those patterns contractions in a certain way.
Yeah.
That gives the space for those to start moving
Mm.
in different directions.
Mm.
Makes also sense, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And I could notice also that there was a trying to come back in this space and let that all flow, but there was also this crapping. Oh no, and I have, and oh yeah, and
Absolutely.
it was not possible for me alone with you now, and it's
Yeah.
much more better.
So, there you can see, you can thank your ex-partner
Yes,
for
yeah,
this
yeah.
opportunity. See if you can find that. See if you can find that.
Yeah. That's it. It was the right action in this play. Totally right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No choice, and wasn't possible in any different way.
Mm.
Otherwise it would have been different.
Yes, but it's a hard stuff for this old habits.
Yeah.
It's
For
really
the
new.
mind,
It's really new
yeah. For the
again and
mind
again.
to understand, yes. It's again, gotta invite our system to come into that where it really can see what the pattern, how the pattern is running. Otherwise, it is not possible. And we can't do
With the
that.
hands off, like you say so often, with the hands
Yeah.
off. And I could see this scrapping with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. We could see that.
Yeah. And still, I could see that, and still the hand is scrapping or the
Yeah. Yeah.
attention.
So then, let it do its thing.
Yeah.
Let it do its thing. And there's the seeing at the same time. It doesn't mean that it's not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if that seeing is there at the same time, it's already different.
Yes, it is.
And it might not change immediately. It might maybe never change. But it is different when there is a tiny bit of seeing there. I'm just speaking from my own experience. You have to see for yourself.
No, it's totally clear. For me, the same.
Is when my system does things like that, and there's the seeing, there's immediately kindness and, more love flow, just that kindness.
Mm.
They say, oh, okay, it had to do it again. Okay, do it again. Maybe for the rest of our lives. And maybe not. But that's not up to us.
No.
No, it's not up to us. If it was up to us, it would be different. That's all I can say. It's so
Yeah.
clear.
And
It's so clear
yeah.
to me. If
And
it
it's
was up to
always
me,
inviting the kindness. That's really clear also. Yeah.
yes. And the kindness can come when that seeing opens up, because that seeing is the first step out of the pattern. So it has to be, that seeing can't be coming from the mind itself.
No,
Because the mind
I
is bullshit.
understand.
Yes. It needs to step out of that pattern running wheel.
Yeah.
Then it's,
Yeah.
oh, I see. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, then there comes relief. And the relief brings the kindness.
Yes,
And
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, I know, you know that. So beautiful. Yeah, it's good to speak it like that, huh?
Yes, it is.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. It's good to remind each other of that.
Yeah. When the mind comes with the concept, I have to be kind, or then
Yeah.
it's then
Then,
it's
then there's
one on the
war.
top. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Then there's war. Then we have that
Yeah.
internal fight.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
And then we beat ourselves up. I mean,
and the other, and yeah.
other, and yes, whole story comes, whole universe, whole galaxy is born in that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's pure grace when that seeing comes in from out of the wheel, out of the pattern, away from there. We're just a tiny bit of distance. Oh, I see. Oh, thank goodness. See, I got immediately a little smile. Oh, there it goes again. Okay. Let's do it one more time. Oh, I don't like to. Okay.
Yeah, and I want this. I want be heard here. Yeah.
Yes, don't do this and all of it, and just that seeing of it makes the difference. And in my experience, my personal experience, it has changed patterns. They're just not there anymore. So you never know what comes, what's next.
No.
But some patterns that have definitely troubled this system a lot for a long time. It's like, seen, and used up, they're just not necessary anymore. And I'm pretty sure every one of us can share a story about that. So thanks to your ex-partner.
Yeah, thank you. I will tell him. Better not. Yeah, and thank you all for the time for me. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
See, so many smiling faces. Everybody knows. Susie?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I was just hoping to ask a couple of questions, Meike, of your experience, if that is okay.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Nothing.
Yeah, I guess one of them is around, well, they're kind of both around sensations, and I guess we're kind of very, well, I guess we're familiar with the sight and sound and the usual senses and stuff, but I just wanted to ask your experience of I guess what you could say those senses that are kind of seen as those extra sensory perception, or those extra senses that I guess we're not necessarily, well, in my experience it wasn't it wasn't really kind of part of the growing up, or I don't know what words to put on that, even though it was a little bit of my experience. There wasn't really that kind of culture of speaking about that in the context of this kind of bigger.
Give me an example, Susie. Give me an example.
I guess it's like there's a sense of being able to kind of tune into people on a kind of say like maybe on a sensory level or an emotional level, and even sometimes on a thought level. And I guess there's been a number of experiences for me that are, yeah, I guess there's lots of different examples. Let me try and think of some that I'll share. I mean, some of the little ones are just like, you know, where someone pops into your mind, and then, like, so the other day I was driving the car and I thought of a friend, and literally as I thought of her, the phone rang and it was her that was calling me. You know, it's just like those little things. Or so I guess I'm also a big dreamer, and I have a lot of kind of very I don't know, intuitive dreams, I guess you could say. I mean, there's and then also with, say, in the dream space of kind of connecting with past family members, you know, not regularly, but just having those experiences as well.
Yeah.
And I guess more recently, there's probably been more, I guess that's of interest. So I've been paying more attention to that in my life. And there's probably been more, I don't know how to say it, but like more imagery coming into my mind, if that makes sense.
Yes, makes sense. Yeah.
So I just was like hoping to ask you if you were able to share your experience of that in your life.
Yes.
And perhaps there's a deepening, is my sense, in that space.
Absolutely. Yes. So there's definitely a deepening in there. As we explore deeper and deeper and come more into our center, you know, which actually only means being more right here. When that happens, the sense of connection will be much, much, much stronger. Yeah. You know that the more there is here-ness, the more, gosh, you know, words are always so clumsy here. We are centered or whatever, we are right here. There's more beingness. The sense of connection opens up tremendous. Totally. It can be totally. So which means that intuition goes into that, opens up, and the felt sense, or more the connection, the sense of connection will be there. So you know exactly when or where, you know, you feel before when somebody's calling you, or once, you know, something. It will go even further. I mean, it's funny, I'm listening to this one woman, I really love her. She's an astrologer. Pam Gregory is her name, if you like to tune into her sometimes. I like her. Anyway, and she explains everything. She's on the same page than we are, I would say. And she explains everything from the side of astrology. So she says what's happening in the next years is that telepathy even will open up like crazy. So and the heart, the connection through the heart, and also the communication through the heart will open up more. It's actually what we're doing. So for a lot of us, words might not be necessary anymore, because there will be all those young beings that come in, a lot of young beings, let's say it like that, they have it already naturally. Also, what we call autistic children, they have that naturally. So they have done big studies, so you can listen in this right now, the telepathy.
I've just listened to them. Yeah, it was mind-blowing. Yeah.
There you go. It's out there right now. So listen to that, and it just confirms those things that you were just trying to address. And also it confirms what we've been exploring for so long. So there is a change going on, huge, you know, just being in the Aquarius time now, and I've got no Pluto's doing what Pluto's doing. You know, I'm not an expert with that, but I love, you know, tuning in somebody I don't know living on the other side of the planet and speaking those things that make totally sense, just from a different viewpoint. So that's happening right now for a lot of us. Yeah. And it is also my personal experience. I know, just in these meetings that has been always like that, all those retreats and all the meetings, when that space, when the field opens up into that, where that sense of interconnectedness is there, you know everything. You know everything you need to know. You know your neighbor, you know you see what's going on in the other. It's just all obvious when there is no movement away. So I guess that's what you're tapping into. Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful listening to the telepathy tapes. I mean, it
Yeah.
was mind blowing, and it was, I think, because I've come from this other pathway into that, and so it was just like further confirmation, like wow. But also like, I mean, I work in disability, and so that was just like kind of shattering those, you know.
Wonderful. Even calling other abilities disabilities, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I know, exactly. It's kind of like a big reality check for people in that sector. Yeah.
Fantastic. And that is really, really needed right now. It happens. It's just happening, which is fantastic. It's fantastic. It's just a big, big shift and change going on in that universe we are living in. And they say, astrologers, they say it's life-changing. This year will be huge shifts, huge shifts. So, yeah, we're also preparing these systems to get used to something new. So lots of people have aches and pains and spine problems and bone and tissue and fascia and all of that. I know a lot of people. So that's all part of it. They say that it will be a change on it's a huge, huge thing that's happening. It's on its way. So
yeah. Well, that's reassuring to hear. I think there's not many people in my space that, I don't know, apart from this, from this kind of.
Exactly. That's why it's good that we speak about it.
Yeah, to speak about it. And I mean, my experience is that also transcends kind of time and space. Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know what other words to put on that.
Absolutely, it will. It will be a totally different sense of everything. Just the way it has been is actually already gone. It's just that there's still a residue in a way.
Yeah.
Already in a new way of living. Just we don't really know how it will exactly look like, and it can be scary for one or the other. But it's huge. The old is gone. Old is done. But the waves are still doing this. There's always that beautiful example, when the fan is spinning, but you pull the plug, it's still spinning, It goes slower and slower. And something new is on its way. It's very exciting times when I listen to those people. I mean, for me, it's always exciting, but that is really exciting because it's so unknown. It's never been there before. So let's see what it wants of us, huh?
It does feel exciting. I mean, it is, I agree. There is that unknowingness about it, but also feels very natural, actually.
Yes. It feels very, very natural.
I'm
so glad you brought this.
No, thank you for I guess to everyone for being able to bring that to the space.
Yeah.
I was also just going to ask Micah, it kind of touches on this, I guess. There's been a noticing of when this, you know, when I go into spaces, say, that are where there's a lot of people or a lot of talking and a lot of, you know, there's a lot of movement and stuff, so like whether it's at an event or a restaurant, or I guess in the past it's been quite sensorially overwhelming, because there's just so much happening, like on an auditory level, on a visual level. So I've been trying to kind of, yeah, I don't know how to, yeah. I guess I wanted to see in your experience, when there's more attention being brought to that bigger space, to be able to move into those spaces where there is, I guess, a bit more of a yeah, I guess still a capacity to, I'm not sure the words are right. There's still a, yeah, sitting in that spaciousness, I guess you could say.
I hear you.
That makes sense.
It's been, yeah, absolutely. It's been my practice since forever. When I go in spaces like that, because it's not very, has never been very interesting to my system. So, but when, you know, I find myself in spaces like that, my practice is to stay here. And then I go moment by moment by moment, and slowing down. Moment by moment by moment by moment. And sometimes I remove myself, if it's possible, you know, it depends on what's going on. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't remove yourself. But sometimes you can, and then why would you hang out there?
Yeah.
If you can't, then it's the most beautiful, powerful practice. I mean, you know, the sages have spoken about that all the time. You know, it's easy to be quiet and at home in a cave, but then just sit in the center of the marketplace.
Yeah.
You see there, and then not even sitting there, you know, because that's still, it's like, wow, how can your system stay grounded, centered, regulated in a space like that, not getting distracted? It's the biggest practice ever, Susie. It's huge. It's very, very, very difficult for most of us to not go with that distraction. Not being pulled in, and then afterwards, what
happened? Yep.
happened? Oh, totally lost it.
And it doesn't take much, I think, because like everyone is on that momentum. Yeah.
See, you know, if you look how the nervous system functions, then you can see that's the most natural thing. It picks up vibrations. So that will be, you know, checking out if there's danger or what's going on. So it swings into that, because, you know, a system can't survive by itself.
Yeah.
It needs the community, actually. You know, it needs to be in union. It needs to be in connection. So that's why it's always checking out its environment. Always. So, you know, how I go about it is, okay, checking, let my system do what it needs to do, and then just seeing when there is that going on, is there actually a real danger or not? So that at least intellectually it knows that if people being very excited, but there's actually not really danger, that's already huge information. So then it's like, oh, a little relief maybe. And then it's like, okay, do I want to be here? Do I have to be here? Yes, I want to be here. Okay, let me see. How can I bring myself in a way that is good for me and for everybody else? So, you know, I'm just going logically about
Yeah,
it.
to the process. Yeah.
Or I can, no, I actually really don't want to be here. And then I can say, oh, bye, or I can just remove myself.
Mm.
So it's actually very, very simple. You gotta watch, because it always feels, when there's this kind of chatter excitement, it feels danger to the system. It's like, oh, I've gotta be alert. So it's really important to check the environment out, so that at least on one level there's a knowing, no, it's actually not, it's just chatter. Say it like that. Just that vibration of excitement that people are so used to in society. You know, and they find it entertaining or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then and then you see, you know, is this the place for me to be? Or, you know, how can I bring myself in if I want to stay? So it's an explore for me, you know, I love this kind of exploration. So that's kind of my passion. So you got to see for you what your questions for yourself and how you want to go about it. And then see if you stay on it or if you go. And maybe if you want to stay, you can remove yourself from time to time to just not getting lost in the chatter. You know, again and again. So that's the regulation of the nervous system in a way. It's like, little time out. Ooh, gosh, it's a lot. And then, well, let's see again, you know. Oh, gosh, that was a lot. You know, so that back and forth. So that maybe at one point I can stay here and wow, I'm actually bringing my regulated nervous system as a gift to everyone.
Yeah.
I always find those people in the midst of the chatter. Have you noticed?
Yes. Yeah.
They're our favorites. Just the next third one is that's good. Oh, never was that one. Never was that one. Oh no. Yes. And then, you know, going with that regulated nervous systems, doing it here too.
Yeah.
Making it bigger.
Mm.
I just imagine we all could do
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
more consciously.
Yeah.
Yeah, without, even if it doesn't work, you know, then not beating ourselves up, but again and again and again. Maybe one day we, you know, do other things.
Do you sense when you go into some spaces like that, as a regulated system, do you sense a shift sometimes in that space?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. I mean, it was today, for example, because I had to bring my computer to a shop, to a Mac shop. And so we went to that one town, a shopping center. I haven't been in a shopping center like that in a long time. Few stories and you get lost. It's like, gosh, I have to consciously say, where did I come in? Oh yeah, there was that and that. And it's lost. And it wasn't overly full, but so I could feel immediately how draining it was for the system. And then, you know, because I want my computer to be fixed and, you know, so going there, going into the shop and just consciously the whole time holding the ground. And man, it's regulating, I tell you. And goes out, just somebody coming and information exchange and then again. Whenever it comes to mind, taking that moment and focusing on that. Whenever that moment comes where, just turning around for a moment, just being with yourself. So that's my practice everywhere. But it was intense. It was very, very intense. Isaac got lost. He also was. He went to the toilet and then he said there were so many exits and he didn't know which one he had come in, and he came all the way around. He said he just had given me his phone, so he could not even have called me, and said, and then I thought, man, that takes a long time. It's like, okay, and then he came all the way around somewhere. I did not know where he was. Then we had a giggle about it, and then we moved on. So where are we? Where's the exit? Two people from the country going into town, huh? It was a bit like that.
It's kind of sweet as well.
Very, very sweet. But there again, it's just constantly, let's say, whenever that awareness comes, regulating, coming back here, whenever it comes. So that's my personal practice. Yeah. And being grateful for the moment when it comes.
Yeah.
Because that's the only moment where something else can happen. Otherwise, it's just on automatic. We see that. It's like, woof, pull here and pull there.
Yeah, there's just often so much going on.
So much going on. So many, and every person is I don't know how many galaxies firing in all directions, especially when they are not used to regulating. So when there's no awareness around that, and for most people there is no awareness around that.
Yeah.
We haven't learned that. There's not too many of us that have, or that are interested in that. That knowledge even. So that's why it is us. It's us who bring this into life, because we know. So we are the ones to show this. Yeah, everything we have learned, bring that into wherever we are. So the gratitude for when the awareness comes back to itself. I mean, I'm always talking the same, but it's like when that grace comes, it's like falling on my knees. If the deeper the gratitude for that comes, the bigger the result. Because that's when it unfolds. That's when something new happens, in my experience. Oh, that just sank in. It was very beautiful.
Yeah, more and more there's that gratitude. Yep.
For the seeing. Because you can't do it, We can't. Otherwise we would constantly, we would constantly be aware. But it's that when that happens, thank you. The breath or whatever it is. Can I feel my feet on the ground? Can I feel my belly? Can I feel whatever, the smell. Oh, yes, here. Just these little things. And then moving is happening again.
And the sweetness comes in, yeah, it's so sweet.
Yes.
And it's so beautiful when you have those moments with people where there is just for that, just like you're just like, ooh.
Exactly. That is, I mean, that's what we're actually living for, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
When that flow comes, even if it's just for a moment, but
Mm.
all the other stuff is very, very exhausting and you
Mm.
know, kind of uncool.
Yeah. Yeah.
As we live
Yeah.
for those
Mm.
moments where we
Mm.
come home and then meet another being. Oh,
Mm. Mm.
wow. Those
Yeah.
exchange
Yeah.
moments sometimes. Sometimes one look, you know, when you
Yeah.
go through a shopping center even, you know,
Mm.
this one person, gosh, I had such sweet connections with the people that helped me. Oh,
Mm.
so lots of sweet moments. Lots of, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows that in their own experience, where you
Mm.
just, you don't know each other, but you just said a
Mm.
little. Yeah, just like that.
It's true. It's just like, and also
Yeah.
nothing needs to be, yeah, it's like nothing needs to actually be said.
No,
Mm.
no, it can be, but you know,
Yeah. Mm.
but it's from that other space. Huh? It's from that
Mm.
spoken from another space. And I'm always amazed that, you know, with people where you wouldn't think that they know about how the systems respond. It's so good. If there's a little bit of love coming out of your system, that softens the edges of
Mm.
actually everyone.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's an experiment that I really can recommend to everyone. Just that little love flow without expectation, you know? That,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, if there's expectation, it's already not free, huh, isn't it? But
Yeah.
just,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Thank you.
see, yeah, thank you, Susie. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's beautiful. Mm.
Yes, very beautiful.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Oh, I haven't had such a good time hanging out with friends as today. And, you know, I'm so at one with everything you're expressing. I'm so grateful. It's, you know, if it wasn't for me lying on the couch, being in that stuck space and watching Laura and the gift of Laura and coming here, I mean, you know,
Yeah, how it
just
goes, huh? Yeah.
and I watched Pam Gregory. I
Ah,
watched
yeah.
her long 2 hour thing. There was a lot of astrological stuff in it, but more and more towards the end, she got to the talking from the heart sort of feeling. And when you mentioned the tissues and the bones, I mean, when I lay down and did the somatic meditation, just feeling, breathing into my big toe and the nail and the second toe, breathing into every part of the body and then dropping down into the earth. It was like, it was so validating, everything that's been shared here today. It's just a whole lot of relaxation, and the system is just, all right, a reminder of all of that. And not to get caught up on it being another, or getting old, you know, that little bit from David Elsie today and then what you've shared. And I've always wanted to deal with what I've called a disability that's been inherited in the system, this thing called misophonia and the irritations. There've been some absolute gifts coming out of it lately. It would take up a lot of space here, and I'd probably like to have a private session with you on that when I can afford it. but I'm learning. I'm beginning to see the gift of it, because the kindness that Bettina shared is something, everything's been taken on board, of course, but the awareness of how much of it has been implemented is showing itself, you know, that regulating, that self-regulating, like with the noises, if they irritate, I've got my ways of coming inside, shutting the doors, putting on my music. But more and more, as I'm finding less thinking, I'm going, oh, you know, I'm almost surprised.
Wow.
At the awareness of there's been a gap of no thinking. And I'm so excited. There's so much I want to say. It gets like that, but let me just ground myself with you. Breathing into my perineum.
See,
It's a gift.
deep
It's
learning.
such a, yeah, such a gift. So I have found when the noises are irritating, there's more tolerance, but more softer than tolerance, a little bit, tiny, teeny bit more than ever. And when it's there, I just go, oh, thank you, thank you. And it's getting, slowly it's getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And then I get to the point where I go, so the self-regulation somehow in all the years of you and Isaac and us sharing this with each other is landed, and it's now working in the system. And I'm coming in and shutting the door and gracefully like a swan, like beautiful karma, walking over and putting on the music and just going, just that kindness of it's happening and it's not in my hands, but it's definitely not a disability. The more people, I went to Bunnings and there's this beautiful girl clicking a pen madly. And I said, like I've learned, I put my hand softly and I said, can you do me a favor? I've got this funny thing and there's a name for it, but I can't be with you if you're doing that. Would you mind? Oh, thank you for telling me. Everyone's telling me that. Everyone tells me, and I can't help it. I can't stop it. So that little story is coming back at me more and more and more as there's a fearlessness in expressing. Yeah, so yes, so much gratitude.
Deeply touching your sharing. So wonderful to hear.
And now I can hear a pigeon, like life is sending me right this moment. They go, coo, coo. I love birds, every bird, but that one, I've been letting my rage out, running after them. They come to my back gate and think I'm playing, and I'm squirting them with vinegar, and I want to blind them, and I'm going, I want to kill you. I hate you. And I've been watching this rage and realized that that's the gift that I'm just beginning to see, but it's been a long journey, yeah, a very, and it's still going, the noise. It's huge, Micah.
Yes, it is. It is huge.
Never been held in the middle of it. This is the first time.
You're so courageous.
It'll stop now. The noise.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Oh. And what you were saying about, you know, every time my phone goes off, I know exactly who it is. It's just happening.
It's nearly like the ringtone is singing the name or something. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, good, take it.
Yeah.
We'll get stronger, that's what they say. We'll get stronger and stronger.
This feels like birth the other way around.
That's cool.
If that
First
makes
the other way around.
if that makes any sense. I feel like
Oh, I
I'm
can go
experiencing the system letting you in a very very shaky but beautiful wobbly way.
Thank you.
It's very delicate.
Yes. And you know, just have breaks in between. That's also when there's the birthing, if you remember, you know, then it's oh gosh, I need a little break. There it is.
Oh boy.
Actually, I have a feeling that it's
Yes.
okay. What
Yes.
do you think? Yeah,
Yes.
you too,
Yes.
huh? Yeah.
It's hard to go.
I know. I know.
But yes, you're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
you come again. You come again if you
thank
know
you.
if it whatever it
Yeah.
feels. So
Yeah.
it's not a breakup. It's not a
No,
cut.
no. I hear
Just
you. I'm with you. Yes.
letting it
But
go.
yeah, there's yeah. Okay. Mm.
Teresa.
Hey,
Hello.
just a moment. Yes. Ah, just a moment to calm down.
It's pleasure.
With you, I would love that.
It's pleasure.
Mm. When I'm in the excitement and the wave, I'm also lost. How to calm down. Yeah.
Can't. Can't. Only if awareness or grace comes to visit and to kiss you, then, oh, thank you. Well, we can play with, even if that thought comes in, we can play with that, going, another way in a certain, so to speak. So like you can use all the tools that you've learned. So maybe then awareness comes in through that, so you can use the beauty around you, or the smell, or touching something beautiful, whatever it is, listening to something beautiful, whatever it is, or tasting. But it needs to, that can be the entrance, that can be the invitation for awareness to come.
Mm. Mm.
But there's also that, they say when the system is excited, when it's in fight flight mode, it takes at least 8 minutes for it to.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not re-stimulating, every thought again, and it starts again from 8 minutes. So it's no wonder. It's huge. And there's a system that is in fight flight mode to give it the space to calm down again.
Mm. Yeah, it doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why I feel like this. The reason.
No, it doesn't really matter. No,
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
it's always the same story.
It is always the same story.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need to speak about it. There's nothing wrong with that too, but it's also amazing when we can recognize it doesn't actually matter. So that's already a big step, Asia. It's a huge step. Because it will reactivate itself when the story is very important. So, but it does it maybe anyway. Let's just give it a moment. We're still sitting here and we see clearly, and there's activation. But it's also really nice that you let the body move. Because that's another thing. It's very, very difficult for a system that is in fight-flight mode to sit still. It's like, it doesn't make sense. There's all the chemicals to provide for fighting or running away.
Mm.
And now it's kind of told it has to sit still. This does not work.
I observed yesterday, since some time, maybe some days, the body is always moving when I'm sitting. It's yeah.
Good.
So,
Good. Yeah, that's good.
but in a nice way. But she has to
Yes.
move. It's yeah.
So which also shows it's, you know, then it's not frozen, that it's not stuck.
No, it's not frozen
Mm.
anymore. It was a
Mm.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. Just one sentence. I don't have a easy time astrological in the moment,
Mm.
but it will pass. I know all this, but it really, and it feels so heavy and
Mm.
it's very difficult to believe in the healing again and all this stuff. So and I can
Mm.
see it,
Mm.
but it's there. And yeah,
And you see it.
yeah,
And you see it. So if you can focus on the seeing, so that would be your job.
yes, yes, yes. I can
Yeah.
see it all. Yeah.
To focus on the seeing. And you know, I say that's your job, but you know what I mean. It's like every time it shows and you see, if you can find a little bit of gratefulness, just a little bit, just for that seeing,
Mm, mm,
you know, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of heart, a little bit of kindness. Yeah, see, then there comes a breath immediately.
mm.
Yeah, it's,
You always touch my heart. So yeah. Mm,
yes, yeah. That's, you know, because that is kind of as if you put your arm around Viresha. And then it gives just a tiny bit of relief, always. Sweetest heart, what she has to go through, you know? Sweetest, sweetest heart.
yeah. And I'm so happy I could give it to a woman who really needed it. No parents and a long drug story. And she was so thankful. Oh, it was so lovely to give this, this warm hug, and I'm here. And yeah,
Ah, see, there
but
you go.
yeah, and now to myself.
Now to yourself. Yes. Now to yourself.
Mm.
The warmest, loving hug that you can find for yourself.
Mm. Yeah, and then it feels nurtured, and then
So
I don't have to scream and cry.
it's beautiful to watch and feel.
Mm, mm,
Oh, beautiful. And how quick. So, you know, your system has learned those pathways. And you know, sometimes it just needs a little schubs so that, oh, that it goes that direction. And then, but you know, just that first step, and then it just do, 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 do. Yes, of course, I know this. It's for all of us.
How to
So I
make the
guess
soups? How to make the soups?
schubs is the kiss.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
The schubs is the sweet touch in the heart.
Mhm.
And then it goes. You showed that so beautifully. Just when that touch came, you say, oh, then it goes that other pathway. It sees. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just saw a little hand stroking the little heart, something. The picture came. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. And it's okay like this. We're coming to the end. Yeah. I'm glad you reached out.
Thank you, and all sweet
Mm.
Sandra. Mhm.
Beloveds, thank you for coming. Thanks for exploring so deeply, touching my heart so deeply. Next time, with luck, I will have my other computer again. Love, love, and more love. Ciao.